Hi Stampers, this is Beth Daniels, Space Coast Stamper, and I'm here with a card and a tip of the week that goes along with it. So we made this Halloween card in classes last week, and we used the witch, the cauldron, and the cat from the designer series paper. Even though there is the stamp set that stamps and framelits that cut out all of these images. But today, for my tip of the week, I want to show you how we did the background. I love this quick and easy way to achieve a watercolor wash for your background. So to do this, you need watercolor paper, a Stampin spritzer, an aquapainter, and whatever color reinker you choose to use. So for this card, we're using Gorgeous Grape. So I'm going to move these out of the way so they don't get wet. And I'm going to bring in some torn out pages from the phone book. I don't know about you all, but I don't know too many people that use a phone book anymore or even get a phone book anymore. But I have always saved any of them that I've ever had just to tear pages out and protect my work surface for things that get messy, like glue and embossing and water. So I have a piece of watercolor paper, and I have my Stampin spritzer. So I'm going to just spray it and get it really wet. And then I'm going to add some reinker to an acrylic block. I like to use a block for my reinkers when I'm doing anything like this. And then I'm going to bring in my aqua painter, and I squeeze and thin it down just a little bit to start, and then you're just going to drop and gently squeeze on your paper. And that's how you get this really interesting background. You're basically just letting the water create your background image. And I like this one, so I'm going to leave it alone and call it done. Now, I don't know if you can see, but this paper is starting to curl up, and that's because of the water on it. You can blot it, but when you blot it, it fades out the color of the ink, and I like the deeper color. So I'm just going to set it aside. So move that out of the way, and I'm going to move this out of the way and just let it dry on its own. You can use a heat gun if you're in a hurry. And then once it's dry, use glue or some other strong adhesive to attach it to your card base. Snail is just not strong enough for that. And then for my last little tip, it's on the aqua painter. When you get ready to put the cap back on, do it carefully and make sure you're not getting any bristles hung up in the cap when you're putting it back on, because this is what happens. This is a sad looking aqua painter. So when the cap was put on, some of the bristles got caught, and for the aqua painters that have the bigger bristles, that's easier for that to happen. But all is not lost. I will just get a pair of scissors and give this little guy a haircut, and it will be good to go. So those are my tips for this week. I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.